What's up, guys? Let's talk God, let's talk wisdom, let's talk experience. I was talking to Claude AI, my little friend. That AI is kinda smart, man. Not gonna lie. So I sometimes ask questions and sometimes I get good answers. And I asked, because I got kind of wisdom from the Lord, that if you ain't gonna be grateful, you ain't gonna appreciate what you have. And however much God gives you, it will never be enough. But if you're satisfied with little, with what you already have, you will feel like you have a lot. You will actually appreciate what you have right now if you thank the Lord each day, Actually performing gratitude in practice makes you feel like you're rich, like you have prosperity, which you actually do have. You just don't appreciate it, If you took a moment to thank the Lord, then you would see how much you already have and that everything is good. Good. Life's good. So I asked Claude AI, because I thought about it. Okay, maybe if you're not satisfied with your wife, then according to this logic, you wouldn't be satisfied with any wife. No wife or no husband will ever be good enough for you if you're an ungrateful piece of shit. So even if you had 50 wives, 100 wives, you wouldn't be satisfied, probably, because at your core, you are an unsatisfied, ungrateful person. And then I thought, wait, King Solomon had 100 or 500 wives. So no matter how much wives he had, he was not satisfied. Or else he wouldn't get more. So I asked Claude AI, was King Solomon from the Bible, ungrateful to God? And here's the answer. It said he was grateful at first. He wrote one of the best gratitude prayers in the Bible after he became king. And when God asked him, what do you want from me? He asked for wisdom. He didn't ask for gold or power or anything. So in a sense, even this shows how grateful he was. He was humble, like, I just want wisdom. Because he was humble, like, without wisdom, I'm not capable of running this kingdom. But then God also blessed him with gold, power, women, everything. But over the course of his life, he got corrupted and he started worshiping other gods, the gods of his wives. So, if he was worshiping other gods, he was ungrateful to his own God that gave him everything. So that's why he lost his foundation, his focus. He became an idolater. That's why he got punished with depression and he wasn't satisfied anymore. So he just wanted more. He began sinning more to try to fill this void inside of him, but no amount of pleasure and anything will fill that void. He also wrote that book, Ecclesiastes, the book of wisdom, where he's reflecting on his life, like, I tried to pursue women, I tried to pursue wealth, I tried to pursue different things, but nothing satisfied me. Only following God's law, being righteous, seeking wisdom, that's what satisfies you. That's the purpose of life. That's what he realized at the end. So another thing that Claude AI showed me the nuance, that his father David, he didn't inherit the kingdom. He earned it. He fought with God. He wrestled with God through blood and tears, you know. He went through God, with God through the roller coaster, through the adventures, through the joy, through the suffering, through the fear, through the victory, through the loss, through the everything. And when he sinned, because David also sinned, he quickly repented. He broke down. Like he had a true relationship with God. He relied on God. God was his foundation. But Solomon didn't really go through that desert, through that suffering. He inherited it all because of God's promise to David. God promised David that Solomon will get prosperity and a big kingdom and everything. So Solomon didn't really earn all this. He got it, and that's why he didn't appreciate it. At first he did, you know, because he had the knowledge of what is right and wrong. But having knowledge, you know, knowing what's right, isn't the same as actually doing what's right then, applying it. You know, he didn't gain that knowledge through experience. You know, that's what that story is teaching you. That you should kind of go into the world, go on an adventure, and gain wisdom that way, because then it will really stick with you, and you will apply it, and it will become a part of your character. You know, it will flow from you. Really build an honest, authentic, real relationship with God. And I was just drinking coffee in the local coffee shop, and I was talking to the waitress. She is an older woman. I'm not like, she's married, has children. I'm not flirting with her, just kind of talking to make her feel good and, you know, make myself feel good. Like kind of just having a conversation, you know, like a regular human. And I'm talking to her, and I drank my coffee, and she asked me if it's empty, can she take the cup? And I said, yeah, take it. And then I kind of tried to make a joke, like, I do things quickly, you know. And she was like, what do you mean? Like, I said, you gotta be fast with everything you do, you know. When you drink, when you eat, you know, everything. You shouldn't kind of stumble around and be indifferent. You should do it with force. I don't know. I cannot translate it. And she was like, yeah, you gotta drink the coffee fast. I don't know. It was kind of funny. Then I realized, like, this is just God teaching me. Well, I said it, but I needed to hear it. Like, that I need to be kind of focused, not wavering, just doing it. God is the foundation, no doubts, you know, with conviction. You know, drink your coffee, eat the food, have sex, or anything with conviction. That's the only way to do things. Then everything just works out. But if you're like, I'm not sure, is it the right move? You know, you will fail. So if you want this winner's spirit, the spirit of the winner, instead of the spirit of the loser, you know, the spirit of the winner is the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of Jesus and God. You need to do things with conviction, with faith. Because Jesus said, if you had any faith, if your faith was small as a seed, as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move, and it would move. lift itself up and throw itself in the sea. You know, you can then move. I think this is a metaphor for moving people, you know, because people can be like mountains. They can be stubborn. You cannot change their mind easily. People have deep beliefs rooted. People are dogmatic and stone-hearted. They have their own, how do you say it? Their own beliefs, and you know, it's hard to change a core belief of a person. But sometimes it's a wrong belief. The whole foundation is wrong. And if you want to help someone, you have to shake their foundation, and it hurts. And if you don't do it with conviction, there's no way you're gonna do it, you know. But if you have this confidence, you're sure about it, what you're talking about, then you can maybe move them. Probably you can, if they open their ears.